All right. All right. I know we don't have any music, but we'll get the music done before next week's show. This is the look back preview of awards and predictions and everything, all the other good stuff. Unfortunately, we are missing somebody here tonight, and that's Matt. Unfortunately, something came up a few hours ago, and we will not see him on this episode. He will put his 2 cents onto this episode, but he will not be on here. But he will join me on Saturday, and he will be on the Look Back show, the season premiere on next week. So, like I said, joining us today, like I said, you know me, and then Shaft and good old John Boy, and a guy we haven't seen since previous season. He wasn't on last season, but he was one of our special guests. But obviously, since it is Dallas week, it's the first time in 55 years the Cowboys and Eagles will open the season in Philly. And this guy, he lives and breathes it forevermore. So welcome Paul Foy to the program.
How you doing, guys? Good to
What's
be
up?
here. Good to
What's
be
up?
joined by you guys.
Like I said, normally we will start with all the predictions and everything else, and we'll get to that in just a moment. But obviously, the big story going along, especially since the last time we were all on here, is that a major change has happened. I wouldn't say a change, but a change, but a potential power shift in the future. Micah Parsons and the Dallas Cowboys
it's
have
dead.
broken up, and he is now in Green Bay. And it is hard to believe because this was something we saw coming, but we didn't think it would happen the way it actually happened. But obviously, we have a Cowboy fan here. Let him let him discuss what he thinks of the TJ and CJ and BS shenanigans of what goes down in northern Texas by that star and the Jones family, and why a guy who grew up in a Dallas Cowboy fan loving family in central Pennsylvania. His family been fans since before he was even born.
Mm-hmm.
And now their entire legions and intelligence has been completely shattered by the evil empire, Gerald W. T. Jones. Well, he's no T, he's not black. But anyway, all right, Paul, sorry for stealing your thunder. You have the floor as you are the proud Cowboy fan. So your thoughts on this whole shenanigan?
So, um, so I'm not happy with the outcome. I don't think any fan could say they're happy with the outcome. It's just, I was relieved. I guess was the biggest word that I heard when he was traded was I was relieved. One way or the other, he was either signed or he wasn't going to be part of the team anymore because. And I started shifting to Jones's side only in a matter of speaking where Parsons was disrespectful to the NFL and to the Dallas Cowboys on a whole as a team. When he laid himself on the bench, on that table during preseason game, was not even engaged, did not wear a jersey, did not wear anything, Cowboys, was not, and just was like a detriment to the team. Now, you can go back and say, Dak had his issues with Jerry Jones. Yes, but Dak never pulled that stunt. He didn't lay on a training table, and was Parsons hurt? I don't know. Now they're talking about a lat strain, this, that, whatever. You know what? I just think he was being a spoiled little brat at the time, to be honest. You know what I mean? So he was getting paid $26 million under contract for this year already. So the way I feel about him or any other player is you play your contract out. Then you renegotiate your contract. You play your contract out first. That's what you signed for. If he played bad, is Jerry Jones going to go back and get some money back from him? No, you don't do that. So you can't expect a player of his caliber, McLaurin, or any of them other guys, when they want to, come a year or two into the contract and they outperformed their contract, to say, hey, I want more money. Don't work like that. It don't work like that. It is a business. And, do I think Jerry Jones did him dirty? I don't know, because if you go back, like you said, the Netflix deal, he shook to buy the Cowboys on a handshake. He bought the Cowboys. So he was going old school, and trying to do a handshake deal with Micah Parsons. Who was there? Just them two. No, I don't, none of us were there. So we don't know what happened, what took place. So, was it right? Was it wrong? I don't know, but it became personal in the end, and that's what severed the ties. That's all. Money couldn't fix it, I guess, after all. Because in reality, he's getting paid $25 million this year, less than what he would have got paid from the Cowboys when you look at the tax bracket in Green Bay. Michael Parsons is dead to me. We play him in week 4.
Well, I can't. Some things I'll give you some credit. I mean, you're a passionate fan. How many times I have to bring that up? But I sadly disagree on a few things. Like I said, you could say it was disrespectful about what he did in the last preseason game, but it could have been for show. And we've seen people do worse to try to get their money, and some did get their money. And I do not agree with you about Dak. Dak is soft. This guy doesn't have the balls to challenge them. He got 2 contracts. And here's a guy entering his 10th season, and he has not won you. He's won you 2 playoff games in 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
So don't give me Dak at all. And the Jones family played the same bullshit game with CeeDee Lamb last year.
Mm-hmm.
CeeDee Lamb was in a similar situation as you guys cap on.
Yep.
And now rumors are going around, and maybe you've heard them. I don't know if you've heard them from your end of the spectrum, but he seems jealous of what's going on here in Philly. Now, I'm not saying he wants to trade out here, because you know damn well Stephen Jones will not trade anybody to the NFC East for them. But still, the whole thing with Micah was going to get nasty. And let's be honest, it could have been a ruse. I thought it was a ruse from the beginning, but obviously it was bigger than that. And then obviously when we saw what we saw with the CeeDee Lamb situation last year, it's not. They're going to, the way Jerry runs the organization. It's me. It's all about me. I run this. I'm the judge, jury, and executioner.
Yep.
It's been that way basically since Jimmy left in 1994.
Right. Yeah.
He has your balls in his hands, and you got to deal with it. And unfortunately, outside Bill Parcells, every head coach you've had since then has been kissing the backside of him.
Yep.
And this year, you have even a worse head coaching staff than you had in the last decade.
I beg to differ, but okay.
I mean, Brian Schottenheimer, when he got hired, I mean, they were laughing to the bank. Every hater was laughing.
Yeah, but do we still know what he has or what he's going to be? No. Do you like Sirianni as a coach?
He's given us a Super Bowl.
He has, but Schottenheimer hasn't even had his shot yet. Correct?
Yeah, I mean, look, he's been an assistant. We all know who his father is. God rest his soul.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, if Brian was such a great guy or a great coordinator, why the hell did it take him 15 years to become a head coach?
Look in the NFL, it takes some time. Some guys don't, they don't make their way up to head coach right away. Is he going to be better than Garrett? I think he'll be better than Garrett. I think he'll be better than some of the other coaches we've had in a while. He says the right things, so we'll see what happens.
Well, he's replacing a guy that had a winning percentage, won a Super Bowl. Obviously, we'll see. But
he was a puppet, McCarthy. So we'll see. Hopefully, Schottenheimer is not that. But we'll see.
He was a puppet that actually had the talent to coach if he was motivated. He had, like I said, the defensive coordinator Dan Quinn left for Washington and did something y'all haven't done in over a generation.
Well, that should have been our coach, but that's beside the point.
But still, when it comes to the whole Micah thing, I feel bad for Micah because his whole family were Frontrunning fans. And the only reason he became a Cowboy was because they wanted Patrick Surtain in the draft, and the Broncos told him from them.
Yeah.
You ended up somehow doing a peace treaty with us.
Mm-hmm.
We got Devontae Smith, and we gave you Micah Parsons,
Right.
and he's delivered. He's the best defensive player you've had since DeMarcus Ware. But I'm sure in the back of Micah's mind, and I know it's only been 4 years, but 8 years, if he ain't winning nothing and he's got a Hall of Fame resume like DeMarcus did, I gotta win somewhere. If I'm not winning here, I gotta go somewhere. And he played off the biggest coup that to this day in modern Cowboy history, where they would cut him, bring him back on a new deal. No, he went to Denver, won a Super Bowl with Peyton. Mm-hmm. And here's the problem. We've all been down this road. We as Eagles fans, we've been down this road with Reggie White in 1993. Green Bay just steals guys. Mike is going to win a championship in probably another 2 or 3 years, possibly. And even though, yeah, he loves the Cowboys, and maybe down the road, maybe 5-10 years, he'll want to retire down there. Probably not. But when he wins a Super Bowl, when he realizes he's on a better team, a better situation, yeah, he got paid. You may say the money, but he got paid. It took 5 minutes. It took 5 minutes from the time he got traded to get a contract ready,
Well, let's see how healthy he is.
Well, we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm not his buddy. I'm not his agent, so I can't really. I mean, hey, I watched First Take yesterday. I saw his agent on there, and that was a very interesting conversation. But we'll see what happens. But at the end of the day, Jerry Jones, it's not just a problem. It's a shame.
It is.
He's in charge. He's not going to give it up. You have him until he croaks, whenever that is.
But Parsons could have signed with the Cowboys if he wanted to. I don't feel sorry for Parsons.
Well,
maybe he didn't get paid as much as Green Bay, but Jerry offered him supposedly. Now, again, I said, I don't know. He offered him the highest paying deal, outside of quarterback, back in March or whatever. So do we know he did it or he didn't? I don't know, but that's what the word is.
Let me ask you this question. I know you brought up one person doesn't make a team, and you're right. It's football 53. But you lost DeMarcus Lawrence to free agency last year, and now you lost Micah Parsons. Mm-hmm. So where's the pass rush on this team? Where is the pass rush?
You seen Overshawn? Have you seen Overshawn? Have you seen Overshawn play when he's healthy? Have you seen him?
I'll see him tomorrow night.
No, he's not healthy again.
Well, like I said,
you'll see Sam Williams tomorrow night. He's healthy.
I'll see a defense that by the fourth quarter could be asking for trouble.
Could be.
We'll see what happens, but obviously we'll preview the game, and you're not going anywhere. So, all right, let's get into our show.
I said, well.
Oh my goodness! Look who it is. Look who it is.
I have a few words here.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, Shaft, go ahead.
And we'll make it quick because y'all went on long. First of all. Oh, Jerry. I love Jerry. I watched his press conference live when it came on NFL Network. I watched the first 10 minutes. That guy can talk. That I didn't realize that thing went on for 45, 50 minutes afterwards. And the first few minutes he talked about, he loves Micah, called him Michael a couple times.
That's disrespectful worse than what he did.
And he said that the same thing you were saying about he's a pass rusher, that Dallas is like one of the worst in stopping the run. And like any good pass rusher, you do run towards him. And I've always said that too with him and many other great edge rushers. However, if Jerry was on his game, you don't wait till the week before the season to be squeezed into a deal.
You're right.
You knew back in April, those same things you just said about him were true in April. And then this happened in August. So you should have got more than just 2 picks and a broken down defensive lineman. So I wish the Eagles would have got Michael. We would have done some nice things with him. since we lost Josh Sweat, oh, we could have done some nice things with Micah. Micah could come back home. He loves Philly anyway. He's at our Sixers games every year, front row. So I figured he's going to come on here to Philadelphia. But now, obviously, there's no way you would trade him with us. But you still can't trade him to the Green Bay Packers.
You're right. You're right about that.
Which is even more of a crock. You didn't even trade him to a bad team. You didn't even trade him to an AFC team.
Yeah. And Green Bay has owned y'all the past few years in the playoffs.
Just
2 years ago, they came down to Dallas. The rookie quarterback.
48 to 16.
Yeah.
And they were a lesser team.
I know.
Mm-hmm. So I can't sugarcoat it. And the last thing I'll say is this. I know you many others will say that the players should honor their contracts. However, owners don't. Owners, anytime they feel they don't quite like you anymore, they call you in and they say, hey, can we restructure your contract? Which just means a pay cut. So if the players need to honor all the way through, the owner should honor it all the way through, and they'll ask you to make a pay cut. That's it. Oh, and also, yeah, Micah didn't want to, once he realized he wasn't playing, yeah, he might have laid down on the bench, all that stuff. But he knew it was over. There was no chance he was playing again.
Yeah, disrespect. You want to talk about disrespectful? I mean, get his name right, Jera. They call him Michael. Micah. Mm-hmm. He hasn't, like I said. I wonder if he'll go to West Philly tomorrow looking for some stuff. Anyway, all right. So let's get into the. Hey, John, you have anything to say about anything we just talked about?
I mean, I was gonna say I kind of agree with some of Foy's points, but it's kind of like I guess the Cowboys thought that was like the best decision that they can, make, but doing it like a week before the season, I don't know. I just think like they could have got more value probably like back in April or May. I guess that's Kwame's point, but traded them anywhere. It's kind of like it's probably hard to find a trade in the NFL. Like did anybody even know he was on the block, or did people think he was going to get the extension? It's like there's so many different questions that people just don't know about.
John, it was a ruse. It was a ruse.
We all knew,
but it was a ruse. But it was a ruse. The Cowboys and the Jones family played on themselves.
Well, I thought, honestly, in the back of my mind, I thought they were both playing games and they had a deal already shaken and they were going to sign them for real.
I thought Jerry was going to sign them too.
I
this
thought
late
so
in the
too.
game, I figured they were just going to sign him. But still, as an owner, GM, you still take your feelers. I'm sure someone's called him since April.
You don't trade him to Green Bay.
I'm sure someone else in the AFC may have called. Maybe the Raiders may have given him a call. They could ship him out there.
I'd have shipped him out to New England.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that just tells you maybe Jerry's also losing it, man. I mean, goodness.
Oh, Jerry's lost it.
Why the hell would you trade him? And he got fleeced for 2 late round picks. He got fleeced on top of that. It's like the only problem is his family, Micah's family out there near Harrisburg, going to have to now wear cheese heads. And I don't know if they're Packer fans. They probably aren't, but now they have to out of that deal because, but he's ruined their whatever history they have. Probably like you, Paul, a fan forever.
Oh yeah,
because Micah's only been around since '99, and God knows what. I don't know. It just tells you that as Eagles fans, man, we don't even have to do anything to be in the news these days. We're the world champs, and they have to. And tomorrow night, Jerry has to watch another banner on Dak's watch. Come on down.
I was going to say, speaking of that banner, I don't know if you guys heard the Eagles aren't even going to be on the field for the banner ceremony
because they're moving on. It's 2025. They're not worried about you. That tells you about maturity. That talks about maturity. They're not worried about what happened last year. Last year is last year. We won. We're the best, but we think about 2025 like there's something to prove, and there is something to prove. Because I hate to tell you this, Paul, even though the Cowboys still have a lot more championships and all that, we win another championship in the Jerry Jones. There's only 3, and we will have 3. Coincidence?
That's an if. That's an if. So you'll let's wait.
I know it's a long way. I mean, we're not going to jump into any conclusions.
And he should have his team out there celebrating what they did last year. That's terrible.
But hey, that might have been their call. You know, like I said, they don't want to just rub it in people's faces. I would.
There's no rubbing in nothing. You're in Philly. You're in Philly in your home thing, and you're representing.
Yeah, but rub it in your team's faces. You know, this is what champions win. This is what champions do.
What are you trying to say, Kwame?
That's cool. No, I was just going to say there's nothing wrong with celebrating, because you should celebrate what you did. But I have no problem with which way they go. We had a parade. They showed up for the parade, and I'm cool with that. I would embrace all that I can, because you never know what's going to happen again. But as a fan, oh yes, the fans are going to have a good time. But if the players want to focus on this year, I'm cool. If that's what you want to do, we'll do that.
Because they would have did it right before the game, right? I mean, I would imagine you just drop it before the game, so it's not, you know.
Yeah. So I wouldn't. I'm fine either way. But as a player, I would want to. If I was a player, I want every bit of it I can.
Yeah, but like I said, it is what it is. I mean, I know I can't do whatever, but hey, Cowboys, the misery's going to, sadly, Paul, you and a million others, the misery's going to continue. So let's get into the season, to the show as we know. Today is our annual awards look into what we think will happen, who we think the awards. So, like I said, Matt did give me his, and I will, I'll give him his predictions and stuff here in just a moment. So we're going to start with offensive rookie and defensive rookies of the year. Now, let's be honest. I know I've been hard on the draft, so I'll make a prediction. It may not be the greatest prediction, but I'll make my predictions, and I'll go last as usual. So, Shaft, go ahead with your prediction of who will win offensive and defensive rookie of the years, if you have any notes for that.
Ooh, I don't have any notes. That's where Matt brings a strong point. Let me think on top of my head. But if you have somebody, John, go ahead while I think of somebody here.
I was just say, you're talking about offensive rookie of the year?
And defensive rookie of the year.
All right. So offensive rookie of the year, that, you might have to help me with the defense rookies of the year, potential candidates, but offense player of the year, or offense rookie of the year, is going to go to Genti of the Las Vegas Raiders, running back.
But remember, defensive rookie of the year, remember, we got a defensive player. There's a bull from Philly that's in New York, and Giants. That's one of my picks.
The guy I'm thinking about on the Giants, Abdul Carter. He'll probably get it. So that's who I'm going to run with.
Yeah, that's my pick for defensive rookie of the year. I think he's gonna ball, because even though the Giants aren't really good, there's talent there. They just have to keep building the structure. The structure has to be built, and there are going to be some highlights this year. They both had strong training camps. Can't really give a damn about what goes on in the preseason games. This isn't open but rookies and veterans trying to find a job. But they look good there. As far as my offensive rookie of the year, I mean, according to Matt, and I'll give Matt's out here, he's going Amari Hampton. He's going with him. And he's going with our guy here in Philly, Jahad Campbell. He's got him as his defensive rookie of the year. So right off the bat, he's got an eagle on that list, his only eagle on the list. But we'll see what goes on there. So, but as far as my offensive rookie of the year, I mean, it's difficult. It's a difficult, because you got to look around and you got to see who's out there and who has the opportunities. I might go to Green Bay. I mean, that guy that they draft out there. I think, like I said,
Golden.
yeah, because let's be honest, and I know Paul's going to be mad because, like us, we have a bone to pick with Green Bay. He won't say it. He won't say it publicly. But the fact is, Green Bay's stock has gone up, and they're going to be tough this year. If everybody stays healthy, Green Bay, that Monday night game in November is going to tell a good story of who has the NFC rights to Santa Clara potentially in February. All right.
Okay.
Your thoughts. Who you got?
All right. I want to start with the defensive rookie of the year, Travis Hunter. Offensive rookie of the year, Travis Hunter.
As much as I would cancel that, I do. I'll give it to you. Maybe he does have a big year. Maybe, but he's got to stay healthy. And you're talking about 9 possessions a game for him.
No, it's a stretch, big
stretch. And
stretch.
Jacksonville's the team that fits because most of these teams are not going to allow him to do that. But Jacksonville's one of the few that would. They're the few that would. So, all right, Paul, you got one. I know you're the guest, but do you have like a offensive and or defensive rookie?
Offensive rookie of the year, Egbuka from the wide receiver from the Bucks.
Okay. And Buka, yeah.
And defensive, I'm gonna go with. I had him in my mind.
I said Abdul Carter of the Giants.
Yeah. I don't know.
He's very disruptive.
Yeah, I don't really. Yeah, he is. But I don't know from Hunter. I'm trying, like you said, as far as defensive rookies, give me 2 seconds and I'll get right back with you because we always look at offensive guys, So all right, let's see. Abdul Cartier, they got him number 1. How about Mikael Williams? Niners.
Okay.
All right. Like I said, the argument the Cowboys and the 49ers like similar teams, The only difference is 49ers actually get to the Super Bowl and then they lose. But anyway, all right, now we go to our offensive and defensive players of the year. Now we go to that one. And John, you can lead us off on that.
So offensive, I think Josh Allen won last year.
Talking about offensive player of the year.
Yeah, offensive player of the year. Yeah. Oh no, well, Josh Allen won MVP, I think.
Saquon was the offensive player of the year.
Huh?
Saquon was the offensive player of the year.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so this goes to more like a position player. So like outside of quarterbacks, but offensive player. I guess I'll stick to the Niners too. I think I'm gonna go CMC. I think he has a bounce back year. I probably should have drafted him in fantasy. I had an opportunity, but I still passed on him. So, but I just think he's got one more good year,
or one injury,
or one more big injury. Yes.
Okay.
Defensive or player of the year. I'm just gonna stick with the Eagles and go back to Carter. I think if we somehow, are the NFC conference champions, it's gonna run through Carter on defense.
All right, Shaft.
Okay. I won't go. It's pretty easy to go with an Eagle, but I'm going to actually go with Josh Allen. Even though I think Mahomes could get it. I think he'll rebound from that L. But Mahomes will beat him in the playoffs again. That's what's going to happen, sadly. But since it's a regular season award, I say Josh. Defense, I would say. Who did win it last year? I don't remember. That's it. I remember. See how easy we forget those things.
Oh, you gotta look up Wikipedia or even the NFL website.
We forgot that fast because there's nothing we remember that long. I like your idea of Carter. I'm just wondering, will he get recognition? Will he stand out? Because a lot of times it'll be a player who stands out on the team that's kind of sad. And not when the whole team is good. Do they
Last year's
recognize?
Defensive Player of the Year was Patrick Surtain of the Denver Broncos.
Oh, wow, corner.
Okay. Yeah. Denver was pretty good on D last year. Okay. I will settle on damn it. I'm looking at it. Hold up. I'm looking right at it. I'm gonna get his name. I know his name. It is, but they're gonna need him over there on the mighty Steelers. I forget my linebacker.
Watt?
Watt.
TJ
Thank
Watt.
you. I don't know why Watt just escaped my name because that offense is going to struggle with old man.
Wow.
Rodgers. and Rodgers, I'm telling you, Rodgers and coach are going to butt heads. It's going to happen around October. And things that I just don't see that thing working. So TJ Watt's going to go nuts again.
All right, my two, Bijan Robinson, who I think will lead the league in rushing, since we know that we don't see 2,000 yards every year, and that's rare nowadays. So if Saquon's taking a step back, then Bijan's ready to ball, and obviously now he has a quarterback he can trust. And defensive player of the year, well, he could be also comeback player of the year. We forgot about comeback player of the year. I'm going Aiden Hutchinson. We'll go Aiden Hutchinson there on Detroit. Now, obviously I didn't bring up comeback player of the year to Matt, but obviously, he was balling, and Paul should know, because in that 47-9 drubbing that Detroit gave them in Jerry World, that's when he broke his leg, and that was the end of the season. And we all know that Detroit kind of owes us a road NFC championship matchup that we would have won, but obviously it didn't happen. So, and that injury played a big role in it. So, Aiden Hutchinson's my defensive player of the year. What about you, Paul? You got anybody?
My offensive player of the year is going to be Jamar Chase. And my defensive player of the year is going to be Hendrickson from the Bengals.
Wow, look at that.
On a 1-year deal.
All bungled up there.
Yep.
All right. Coach of the year. Could be difficult, but if you know all 32, it shouldn't be that hard to figure out. All right, John, your thoughts. Go ahead.
Coach of the year is going to go. I'm going to go to your coach out in Baltimore. I think they take them to the AFC Championship game.
Thanks. John Harbaugh, all right?
That's correct.
All right, Jeff.
I'll go with Schottenheimer. It's like, no. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. No, sir. And I'm trying to think, would they give it to? I'm trying to think who they, because this is one of those other deals where coach of the year is usually a coach of a team that's kind of and exceeded expectations. All about exceeding your expectations. So Eagles return to Super Bowl. Sirianni wouldn't get it because what the hell? We already are champs. So I would think, what team do I think is going to do better than advertised? Mm, let's. I'm going to see the Packers. If they're expected to do some things this year. Dang, dang, dang. I'm going to go out on a limb and go with our former OC down in New Orleans.
Wow. That's very
Because
bold, man. That team, very bold.
he's got they only finished what, 5 wins last year? Let me see.
And they're gonna finish 4 wins in this year.
My predictions too.
Oh, disrespect.
Not a good roster, man. Not a good roster.
Yeah, they probably
Not
don't.
his fault. It's the roster. Roster's terrible.
Well, that's why I'm taking on a limb, because if he can turn that around and just get him 9 wins, he might get coach of the year.
Yeah, he could turn it around. It's just not going to happen in this year. He's going to have to just get his filings right with that. You know.
All I'm saying is 9.
Well, we'll see. My coach of the year is Sean Payton. I just think Denver's going to be really good this year. I really do. I just think that nobody's. I mean, they're kind of under the radar right now. But that's how they were a year ago. They were under the radar.
We know Denver now. We know Denver.
Yeah,
That's how come Surtain got Defensive Player of the Year. So
yeah, but
Denver
this
is
year,
not
but this
off
year
the
they're
radar.
ready to take that next step. They made the playoffs. They made the playoffs last year. They're ready to take a bigger step. They want that top AFC. They want to be where the Bills are, the Ravens are.
What if it's the Ravens and Broncos? In the wild card game.
Well, hopefully it doesn't. Well, we'll see.
People are probably going to favor the Ravens.
But I know if those two are division champs, they wouldn't be in the wild card. We know that. But I got Sean Payton winning defense coach of the year. All right, Paul, who you got?
How about Pete Carroll?
Interesting. Yeah, Raiders are going to be good. They'll be decent this year. Tough. It's going to be tough in that division to get up there. But all right, so I didn't get Matt's here. I forgot to put Matt's down here. He's got Christian McCaffrey as his offensive player of the year. He's got T.J. Watt winning defensive player of the year. So there you go, Shaft Jon. Y'all looked at his notes even though you didn't. and then he's got Matt LaFleur as his coach of the year. So now we go to the last one, League MVP.
League MVP. I mean, Kwame's probably got to go with Hurts. I'm probably going to go. I'm going to go back to Josh Allen of the Bills. I think this year, I think I even might have said my early prediction for the Super Bowl, which we probably will get later in the show. But I just think Josh Allen's going to meet Lamar in the AFC Championship game, just like they will on Sunday night. Or Sunday night of Week 1. But I just think Josh Allen's going to repeat as league MVP.
Well, so I do believe he's going to be Offensive Player of the Year. Do they always separate? That's a lot I pay attention. Do they
Well, the
always make
MVP
sure
has
there's
it's been mostly quarterbacks for like the last 20, 25 years.
I know, but I mean, do they always separate them? For instance,
It basically the MVP is now basically a quarterback.
The last 9
award.
No, he's
MVP,
saying is it the offensive player and the MVP, or they separate? Like, do they separate them?
the
Are they
last 9
always?
quarterbacks to win.
I think they're always separate, but I believe maybe I was gonna say maybe like 5-6 years ago somebody won both of those awards of the same player, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, I have to look that up. So what I'll probably I'll I'll I probably will wind up going with Mahomes. Yeah, I think he just might rise. Like I said before, I think he's going to rebound. Not that I want him to, but I don't mind playing him again in the Super Bowl. That's fun. We'll do that again. That's what he wants.
All
So
right,
I'll
Paul,
go with
your
Mahomes.
MVP.
Dak.
Oh God.
You asked me. He stays
Well,
healthy. He puts up numbers. We'll see.
Okay.
All right.
Mine's is your where your favorite defensive player now is in Green Bay, Jordan Love. And I picked him last year, but this year, this Packer team, it's gotten a little scarier now. It's getting a little scarier now. So, like I said, I mean,
Well, he's starting to
Green
get more offensive weapons. So
and you know, if he can be very, hey Paul, you should know that playoff game, you know, how good he was in that game, man. He looked like Joe Montana in 1989
I'm gonna
against
mute you
y'all.
in a minute.
You know,
That's another reason I dislike Jerry. You gonna send Micah to that bitch ass team?
I
That
know.
team are a bunch of bitches. When
Mhm.
you have to go cry to the league to try to get rid of our play because we ran it through y'all on
Mhm.
week one in another country, and then we ran on y'all in Philly in the playoffs and got y'all out of town, bitches. They didn't deserve to get any better. Bastard Packers.
well, that's unfortunately, you know, I know Paul's wet dream would be Cowboys and Eagles. This matchup tomorrow night would be something to think of as a battle of 3, but it's not going to be a best of 3. Hell, it might not even be a best of 2. I mean, if it goes the way I think it goes in their season. But like I said, we have bigger fish to fry. Obviously, we'll see what happens with our predictions. Josh Allen is Matt's prediction to be the league MVP. All right, so how am I going to do this? Because we're going to go, like I said, obviously John would have his fantasy questions, but Matt's not here. So he's going to wait until next week when we get into the season premiere. But obviously, we will now go to the Matt's deal, the pick'em segment. And Paul, I'm sure you if you remember from a couple years ago, but you didn't do this because now uh, the 4 of us will pick. We will pick 2 games against the spread. But the deal is, we do not pick the same teams. You can pick the same games as others, but you can't pick the same team.
Hmm.
So
you can go against somebody else. You just can't
you
pick the
could go
same team.
against you, but you cannot pick the same team. Now, obviously what's changed, good and bad, is that you are now a part of this as a special guest.
Okay.
So every week, whoever's our special guest, and like I said, it's going to vary. It's going to vary. We know that person, he or she, because there'll be a couple she's on here. You never know. Is they have to pick along with the 3 of us plus Matt and another friend of John's, Johnny B. Colt, as we call him, but he's a Colts fan that hates the Eagles even more than you do.
Mm-hmm. I don't think so, but okay.
Well, he talks a lot more trash. I mean, naturally, he talks a lot of trash against us, and he's a Colts fan, which makes no sense.
Right. Okay.
So, but he was a special guest that did well enough that he has earned himself into his own pick. Now, he's not on this episode as of now. John did not give him the invite, apparently. But he will be picking all season, and he will put his 8, 9, 10 cents off of a freeway overpass throughout the season with his love for the Colts. But obviously, like I said, that's how it's going to work. Now, like I said, how do I do this? Damn. Shaft, you might have
Kind
to
of
help
share
me
your
here with
screen.
this. With the do you have the picks up on your
I
on
do.
your
Let
way?
me, but you have to give me permission to share.
Yeah, I'll give you the permission. Yeah, that shouldn't be no problem. Entire screen. Share system. All right. All right. Share.
Oh, you're sharing. That's you then.
Well, look, but you have the content, right? You have
Yeah,
the.
yeah, but I'm saying if you're sharing your screen, but you have to give me permission to share
I gotta figure
my
out.
screen.
All
Okay,
right.
hold on. Okay, is that? Hold on. Oh, yeah, I'm seeing more you and me. Let's see. It should be under. Yeah, I think it was under more. We're going to
Okay.
stop sharing yours.
All right. Stop sharing. All right.
Oh, well, that's okay. Go back to that more, and I think in the settings under there you'll see allow something like allow users to share.
Stop incoming video, whiteboards, settings.
Those settings.
All right. All right.
See anything in there?
It doesn't say permission for you to use it, though.
Okay, share your screen again. I'm sorry. So
All right, share screen again.
where
right.
editing comes in play, you can cut all this out. Oh, once you
All
learn
right.
how to do it.
Work in progress,
Oh,
folks. We'll get it right. Like I said, Shaft's got my back, I hope.
so I would actually see that little caret next to new share. That little arrow, yeah, right there. See, I think it's in there.
One participant can share at a time. Multiple participants
share
can share simultaneously.
Do advanced sharing options. We might use the multiple. Let's see. Who can share? Okay, yeah. Click all
All
participants.
participants.
Yes. And just
The other one that says who can start sharing when someone else, all participants. All right.
it's up to you. You can. Yeah. Then close it out and this lets all of us, any of us can share. All right. So now close yours or stop your share.
Stop sharing. All right.
I said this is when having two screens makes quite the difference. But I know it's so here.
Here we go. Here we go.
So
there we go. Give myself a round. Well, I don't give myself nothing.
yeah. So here's some games. All 16 of them.
Yep, it's gonna be one of those days. Now Matt already given us instructions of how this is going to happen. Now,
they said me first for some reason.
Obviously, when I'm in charge, I go last. when he's not on this week, as he is obviously today. So for the order, as he was given by instructions earlier this afternoon, Shaft, you will start off. It will be, he has Johnny B, but Johnny B's not on here, so he's going to have to wait on him. It'll be John, Paul, and myself.
All right.
And it's a round robin, Paul. You don't pick your two games. You pick your first one, then we'll come back around to you.
Okay. All right.
So, all right. So, I know you tried to advance the screen. I can barely see it. I can see it, but it's all blurry.
Really? Is it blurry to the other two?
I can see it.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
I can't see the spreads.
Oh.
What spread? Oh, yeah, I can see it's small.
I will. Yeah, let me see if I can. I think I can blow it up anymore.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, it's too. I can't see the spreads.
If you go to the middle box and you'll open up, like, it might get it bigger, and then we won't see each other, but at least you'll be able to pick.
I had the spreads on my phone, but it might be different. But basically, I'll just tell you who I think's gonna win.
Okay. All the spreads are really tight except for the Eagles in Dallas, 8.5. Yeah, I can't make this bigger.
Who's got the arrow? Go to the arrow. Go over here. Can you get in the middle?
You talking about right? Expand.
You know how you make a screen bigger with the middle of the X, you X out, or the middle you enlarge.
Oh yeah. It doesn't. Yeah, that's just gonna make it smaller.
Smaller. Okay.
I got as big as it can be.
You can also zoom in with your fingers, also.
Yeah. So.
My fingers. I'm not on the phone. I'm using my.
All right. Well.
Desktop.
Yeah, we can tell you what the lines are, what game you're looking for.
I'll just use my phone.
All right, so we use CBS.
Kwame, you got the first pick according to Matt. So who do you want?
I'm going to, even though I like the Eagles, but kind of moved up to 8.5. It was 7 until the trade, so it's a lot. I'm going to start off with the road dog. The Houston Texans +3 at LA. Why not?
Weather's Houston still nice. Texans +3. Got you. Yep.
My first, and don't follow me in the first week or two because I'm feeling things out. Things are a little rusty my first couple weeks.
Yeah. You did win, but you started slow. You normally do start slow.
I was gonna say the team that you should have took is the Denver Broncos, and that's -8.
You're taking that, John?
I'm taking that because I think if you want my feedback, small feedback about that game. Well, it's Cam Ward's first game as an NFL starter. I just think Denver's going to disrupt them tremendously, and I don't know. Final score of that game, it's probably going to be over 20 points. That might be one of my predictions on your next segment, but I think Broncos they're going to destroy the Titans in week 1.
I'm trying to get
like Denver.
Shit. I'm trying to get the CBS thing because I was on a different website, give me a different stuff.
So I'll get.
Where would I go here? I'm on CBS Sports. Where would I go?
To scores. Let's go to scores. NFL. Well, go to NFL and then scores.
NFL scores week 1, and then it just tells you, the games. That's how I look at the games and all that. What's going on too.
All right. So you got. All right. You got Denver -8. All right, Paul. You're next. You got the guest pick.
I get the Bucks.
I kind of had a feeling he's going there.
Bucks. All right. They're -2.5.
Yes, Bucks -2.5. He's got. Yeah.
All right. Like I said, this is always tricky. I had a good year last year, better than 23 until December. Then I crashed. Then I made it up in the playoffs, but I crashed. I had a really rough December. I collapsed. I'm just looking at these.
When you collapsed last year, I somehow finished in second.
I
But
couldn't believe
I came a long way.
Shit.
Take your Eagles. Go ahead.
I don't. Well, here's the thing, Paul. I don't take the Eagles because I'm superstitious. I don't pick the Cowboys because I don't like them.
Okay.
Every other team is fair game, though.
Okay.
Every other team is fair game. So, where do I go? Where the hell do I go? Yeah. Yeah. You know what? If I believe New Orleans is going to be bad, give me Arizona for the first pick. It's a
good
scary
pick, yes.
but give me Arizona. Give me Arizona with the points.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, give me Arizona. So
Arizona.
that's -6.5.
Oh, you mean they're fit. Who are they playing?
New Orleans. Even though the game is in the Superdome, they're a 6.5 point favorite.
Okay.
It may not work, but hey, I'm not feeling any of these picks, and obviously, so Shaft, it's back to you.
Okie doke. Pardon me. See, with me, especially by the end of last year, by November, I was picking the Eagles all the time. It was beautiful. I didn't just pick them. I went down to the old casino, was betting on them. They did me well. Very nice. Well, I start off the year with the biggest spread of the game of the week. I'm going to stay in the NFC East with the Giants +6 in Washington.
That's not a bad pick. Because I think Russell Wilson's starting, and I think I wasn't gonna take that one on here, but I just think Giants
I just think
play
their defense is
competitively.
going to keep Commanders in check. I just
Yes.
think it's more of a defense.
It's probably gonna end up being like a 3 or 4 point game, to be honest. So, but another one you should have took. I'm gonna go with the Bengals with Joe Burrow covering against the Browns.
Bengals.
Right there.
They just start every year wrong, man.
They do.
Every September, man. I can't. Whew. Well, okay. Maybe.
Not saying Jamar Chase goes for 3 touchdowns, but he might.
Okay.
All right, Paul. You got your second pick.
Give me the Chiefs.
Okay. The Chiefs are 3-point road favorites in. That's right. They're going to Brazil.
Yep.
Remember that's in Brazil.
Yep. That's the game where Jordan Love got hurt last year.
Yeah. We took care of him.
All right. So I get the last one here. Ugh. Oh man. You know, I know this could be sacrilegious to one of y'all. Not going to say which one, but he hates this team. He would never pick this team. I don't know who your Scrooge team is, Paul, but it's not you. It's Shaft. Give me the Jets. Give me the Jets. Something. This game. Something tells me this is going to be a hell of a game on Sunday. Think about it. Two quarterbacks that were on opposite teams last year. Think about that. Two quarterbacks on opposite teams playing each other. That doesn't happen very often. Give me the Jets. Give me the Jets.
JT, Jets,
Okay.
Jets.
Obviously, I know, Paul, you despise the Eagles. I don't know who's your other team that you despise besides the Eagles. Who's the other team? I don't even know.
In our division.
Oh, anybody in the division. Whatever. But Shaft hates the Jets.
Yeah, I can't touch him. It's a 30-year ban, and it still stays. Don't touch Jets games for or against. Mm-mm.
All right, so we'll get Matt's picks in later and Johnny B. Colt's picks in later.
Yeah, you gotta remind him, John. He's
Yeah, well, I just
going
sent him a message, but I didn't tell
on a
him.
weird spree right now.
Yep.
Whatever the hell's going on with his ass. All right, so like I said, John and Matt and Johnny B. Colt will have to wait. So, all right, so we'll start with the guests. You picked Tampa Bay minus 2.5.
Mm-hmm.
2.5. And you also picked Kansas City
Minus
-3.
Yep.
All right. All right, John, you picked Denver -8.
That's correct.
It's a good pick. I thought about it, but I know how you do like to pick the Broncos a lot, as I know from you. What was your other pick?
My other pick was the Cincinnati Bengals minus 5.5 versus the Browns.
Well, that one I don't agree with because when the Bengals and the Browns play each other early in the year, that's never been good for the Bengals. And the Bengals normally don't get off to the best start. And even though we crack on the Browns, they could surprise. They could very well surprise. So I don't agree with it, but hey, whatever. You make your pick. We're in competition. All right, Shaft, you picked the Texans,
Yes.
and they are what?
Plus
They're
3 at
+3.
LA.
Yeah, that is not the Romo. That's not the Romo Jim Nantz game though. They don't get them. That's not a game you will see here in Philly unless you have Pup TV or a satellite or the Red Zone.
I'll be on the red zone.
So
I gotta get
Houston
that Pup
plus
TV thing.
Houston
That's what I
plus
gotta do this year.
Then he took New Jersey Giants +6.
Yep. Jersey Giants. Yes, I took Road
You
Dogs.
picked that New York team, not the better one. And
Well,
they're
wait, the better one.
-6. I mean
Wait.
they're +6.
When are the
Yes.
Jets better than anybody?
All right, so I picked Arizona. Arizona plus
No, their favorite minus.
-6.5. -6.5. And I picked the dog too. The other New York team, the Jets, the more exciting one. And they are 2.5-point dogs, +2.5. All right.
Okay.
So I'll send those to Matt, and John, you will send those to Giant B so he knows what the fuck to pick and
Yes.
don't steal nothing from us. All right. So, like I said, good luck to everybody. If Matt was on here tonight, I would ask, should we get an award for this? Whoever wins, because this is tough competition. I know he doesn't give a damn about awards, but we should win something out of this. At least this year, this might have more of a saying since we're subtracting an award.
No, the award is that he has to show up at the end of the season.
But what if he wins?
I don't know.
Yeah. All right. So, like I said, so Paul, with these picks, now I know it's Wednesday and a lot of things can happen between now and obviously Sunday. These are official. These picks, the point spread are final on our show. So even if it changes for whatever reason, injury, circumstance, it's locked in. It's locked in. So remember that. And for every guest, I'll say that for every guest. You're not going to be, obviously, you're not the only one we're going to tell you this. All right. So normally we do surprises. Normally we would do surprises and disappointments, but we're not into the season yet in the NFL. So I will go to my dummy of the week. And boy, you're going to hate this, Paul. We've been talking about this all.
Yeah, what a shocker.
Yeah. Like I said, I mean, the Dallas Cowboys, they used to be America's team. You could say they still are, but they're America's ass. Let's be honest. Led by an owner who really, like I said, he's gotten everything he's won in life. Fortune, fame, money, women, drinks, maybe drugs. He's too old for that shit, but he's gotten what he's wanted. He got his yellow jacket and bus in Canton. They can't take that away from him. But the fact is, can't you, Mr. Jerry, be more respectful and let Steven or get somebody actually that can run a team? Because you can't treat. I've been saying this to myself all week. You can't treat Micah like a toy. The guy is a world-class athlete. He is as they say, generational talent. And he is. The guy has averaged 12 and a half sacks per season. If he plays 15 years, he'll have about 140 sacks, or maybe even more. And that's obviously going to put him in Canton too. And the sad thing is, this is during the prime of his career. We haven't even scratched the surface of how good he can be. And he's still really good. It just makes me so upset that my way or the highway bullshit has hurt this franchise and has ruined the future of others that want to join this team off of legacy. Because that's all you have left is legacy. You have no chance. You could win tomorrow night, but that might be just a circumstance. Your schedule is rough. It's rough.
Mm-hmm.
And Dak is not. Look, we've been down this road with Dak Prescott. If he was such a great quarterback, we said this about Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford put up a lot of great numbers. He needed a change of scenery.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt the same way for Dak. I actually had his back for a while. But he left his balls in his wife's purse because he damn sure doesn't want to challenge the Jones family. And that's why he's got 2 contracts and never going to have any success. Who's the better quarterback, him or Tony Romo? Like, that's just, it's silly. It's silly because neither of them won anything, and it eats your craw, Paul, because Troy Aikman's not walking through that door. Roger Staubach's not walking through that door. Michael Irvin with his chili powder Coke looking weirdo looking self isn't walking back in that door. Emmett obviously isn't because you don't even have a running back. Goodness gracious. What Saquon did in one game, y'all couldn't even do for a season last year. And another sad thing is, here's something that you may not like to hear, Paul. The last 2 times we've been to Jerry World and we won it all. We've
We're
won it
not
all.
going to Jerry World tomorrow, so.
But we're not playing there tomorrow night. We get it.
Right.
We get it. It's not happening tomorrow night.
Right.
But we will see you get down there in November.
Mhm.
But obviously, like I said, this is and hopefully you'll be back on the show come then if there's anything worth a damn against for y'all by that point. But at this point, this franchise is going nowhere, you know. And I'm sure you know Shaft's FUs at the end of every FU, he takes a shot at the fan base. But it's not really the fan base that gets on my nerves. It's the fact that the whole family and Jerry himself doesn't want to leave nothing alone. He just wants all the love and all the credit. And it's a shame. And now you've lost your best player. You've wrecked his mindset. You've ruined his family who's given a fuck about this team forever and ever since 1975, according to records. And now this is a franchise that's a laugh, you know, it's a laughter, it's a joke, it's a piece of shit. And like I said, good luck this season, because burning jerseys, that hat you're wearing and all that isn't going to get you anywhere close to another Lombardi trophy. You see Jerry? You ever heard Jimmy Hoffa? Rumor has it they buried him alive. Think about it. Like Richard Dimples-Field said, let the good Lord hear you in one of his songs. But at the end of the day, the Dallas Cowboys, I've said this before and I say it again. You ain't worth a shit. And 2025, I can already say it's going to be like I said, like the New York Mets. Goofy. Have a nice season.
Oh, look at him with the sound effects.
So, like I said, I mean, I hate. Like I said, I know you only come on here when the season's fresh and we all have the same record, but that's only for now. Now is then, and then is whenever. So now we make our picks, our proud picks. Tomorrow night, big matchup. Actually, no, we have 2 picks. We're gonna save tomorrow night for. We have 2 games we have to predict because history will be made tomorrow on Friday night. Not the Brazil. Everybody's been to Brazil. This will be the first NFL game exclusively to YouTube. And it's free. You can get to watch it. You don't have to worry about other things and other advertisements and some crap like that. I don't know who's calling the game. I don't know what the NFL has up in store. I'm sure LA and Kansas City markets will obviously have the game on the regular channel, whoever they paid the network to produce it. Well, not produce it, to show it. So obviously the big matchup is Kansas City goes out to, well, they're not going out to LA. They're playing LA on neutral field in Sao Paulo. Is it the same stadium the Eagles played there last year?
Gotta be.
I believe so. It's same field in Brazil, yeah.
All right. So, like I said,
It was crappy last year, though.
Yeah, it's a shitty field. It's the other football. It's the kicking ball, not the throwing ball. All right, so like I said, let's get to this matchup. Obviously, big expectations for both teams. The defending AFC champs are 5 of the last 6 years, and the Chargers trying to take that next step. Anybody see the Chiefs going down? Go ahead. Potentially, go ahead.
I mean, I'll start because, I do think the Chiefs come this year with a vengeance by not only losing in the Super Bowl to us in 2024, but or 2025. But I want to go first because, like, I was gonna say, earlier when the season schedule came out, they said that the Chargers were gonna upset the Chiefs in Week 1, and right when that was in May, I kind of agreed with that. Um, but going with my statement, how that they are gonna want revenge, or they're gonna stuff like that, and they're just gonna do better in 2025. But they are without Rice, and you don't know what you're going to get out of Pacheco, even though he's a good running back. It's just there's some that he has to get better with, along with starting to stay healthy. And I mean, I'm still going to go with the Chiefs to win by 3. So that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to go 27-24.
Rice is playing.
No, Rice is not playing.
He
He's
is playing
suspended.
right now. He's not suspended
he's-
right now.
Yeah,
They're still pending
he's
something.
He's not yet. It's coming,
No,
but
it's a
you
done
know how
deal.
the NFL is. You know how the NFL is. They have to wait on everything.
Okay. I mean, I'll have to confirm with that, but I really believe he's suspended.
It's kind of like an appeal in baseball. He's like waiting on an appeal so he can play until they figure it all out.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah, I don't see anywhere on NFL.com that he's suspended. None of the news has him suspended yet.
So he probably had made the trip already down there. They haven't left yet. I'm sure they already
I
have.
mean, still it's early prediction, but that's what I'm going with. I just think I mean, I'll still go with the Chiefs. I mean, if he's playing, the Chiefs might even win by 10 points. So
Yeah. Okay.
but I mean, before Kwame goes, I just want to tell everybody that the Chargers are my AFC sleeper team. I do think they have a decent shot to make the playoffs. It's just I really think they take a step further than that. So I'll say they get to the divisional game at least, but I don't know if they go further than that.
Okay. I'll quickly say I think the Chiefs will win. Um, you can get that bitter taste of that beat down. The last game you played was so ugly. You gotta take that bad taste out your mouth. Ain't gonna take it out on the poor Chargers. It actually might be a game I put money on, even though I normally don't bet this early because trust myself yet. And it's international, so it's normally I don't touch international games. But I do feel real strongly about the Chiefs pulling this one off.
What's the score?
Oh, I need a score. All right. 24-14.
All right, Paul, you can make a pick.
31-17, KC.
Like I said, I mean, I'll watch this game at some point. I mean, obviously, I don't like these international games that just don't make any sense. I read somewhere that there's like some kind of law allegedly that the NFL's breaking with other countries to do a Friday game. I don't know if that's true or not, but don't expect another Friday game next year just to open up opening week, apparently, according to what I read somewhere. Of course, it might be rumor, but somebody's got a source. And like they always say in dreams, there's always a little sliver of truth. So in the case
that
of
is no law. That's cool.
but in this case, I mean, obviously, like I said, the Chiefs are coming off an embarrassing loss in Super Bowl 59. Thank you. But obviously, it's a new year. A division that was very close last year got even tighter in the offseason. It may be this is the year the makers made. I'm not saying that the Chiefs are going to fall off completely, No, that's bullshit talk. They're still going to be in the mix, but with everything that's going on, a roster that didn't get much better, a Buffalo Bills team that's going to have it so easy. You think once Emmitt Smith came back in '93, Paul, it was like flying a kite or driving a Cadillac for the Cowboys that year. Buffalo in 2025 is going to be unbelievable. But when you look at the Chiefs, it's going to be a struggle. It's going to be a struggle this year. They can end up, even though I picked Broncos to win, I have them finishing second in a tiebreaker with the Chargers, a game behind. But they could finish third. I'm going to go right now. I'm going to go on a limb. I'm picking the Chargers in this game. Sorry. I think there's something about this Chiefs team that's going to get off to a tough start. They have a very tough start to the season. We go there next week. The Eagles go there next week in already a monster game. So I'm going to go with the. Well, they're not San Diego, but they will be Superchargers. Final score 33-24.
You saying the Chiefs?
Chargers.
Oh.
33-24. Something tells me that this Chiefs team, there's something isn't right now. I mean, it may not seem that way, but it's going to be a tough sledding for them. They could be 0-2 before they wake the hell up. You know?
Okay. I saw the information John just sent us. It's funny, I'm on the website and I'm not seeing this at all. I'm on NFL's website looking at the NFL news, but
Yeah, they suspended him last month. I just sent it to Foy too, the same thing. But
They suspended him last month. I just heard something the other day though that
it
he
wasn't
said
a month ago though.
Or maybe they're appealing it.
Basically, that's like what he's doing.
So with NFL, so I mean, you brought up baseball. That is correct. With baseball, they can appeal it to where they don't get punished right away. But in his case, he is suspended. So it's kind of like the opposite. So he's going to start serving at week 1. Now, if they determine, Monday morning that, now it gets reduced, then he has to either finish it out. But according to ESPN, what I sent you, he did accept it. So there's nothing. So he cannot appeal it. That's basically he gave up the right to appeal.
I see. Hey, I see it now. Another spots. 6-game suspension. Okay. Hey, he should be suspended because he was a fool.
Yeah.
But
definitely a fool.
Okay. All right. Like I said, in our news of the week, like I said, John, I think I told you on the preview show, if Matt is off, like on vacation, whatever, you're going to be his fill-in on our Saturday preview games, right?
Yes.
You still accept that, right?
I will accept that. Yes.
Okay. I don't think we're going to need you this weekend. I think he'll be back on Saturday to preview with me.
Right.
So
that'll give me like another like way of participating because I want to get any fantasy questions probably for 2-3 weeks.
Yeah. So there. Now, like I said, Paul, you don't have to worry about this segment. This is between the three of us plus Matt, who's not on tonight. We're doing something new this year.
Actually,
replacing
before you start, Johnny B's got his picks.
All right.
Johnny B took the Rams spread and the Commanders spread.
Great. We're going head-to-head double. I love it.
All right.
I love it.
I'll send it to Matt.
Double
head to
head.
Rams.
And the Commandos. Yeah.
All right. So it's this year we're not doing win the money because a lot of people are too chicken to do it, but I'm not going to go on like that because it is rough. Money is rough. We're doing something new this year
That's it.
As I've been trying to explain, and I mentioned this on the show in our preview show. we're doing something called accountability / bold predictions. And what we will do is that the four of us, along with Matt, we will give one prediction. It could be a long-term prediction, be a short-term prediction. But it goes until the Super Bowl. Now,
okay. I mean, I was gonna say I don't want to cut you off, but can we do a cap? So, can we do 15 picks for the whole year or what?
we have to pick every week.
Oh, every week? Okay.
Every week. And y'all, I mean, y'all have paper. You can write down what we say, and this is how we do it. Now, of course, Matt
explain
wasn't
this.
happy about this.
I don't get it because you said we're doing it every week. I thought it was just a one-time thing in the
No, it's
beginning of
not
the
a
year,
one-time thing.
and you figure out for the year.
Look, it's my show.
Listen,
NASCAR
I'm
does
asking
this every week, and
I'm asking.
I'm still in their thunder, but we're doing
We're
it
asking.
my way. But we're doing it my way. We're not doing it their way.
We're asking questions. So
Look,
we're trying to figure out what you're saying.
Look,
Well, no. I mean,
In the
I
middle
think
of the
on the
show.
previous show he gave an example. Like an example could be like Saquon Barkley is the first running back to get hurt. You know, although we don't want
Tomorrow
that to
night.
happen. You know, I was gonna say although we don't want that to happen, but that's a bold prediction because there's many running backs.
all right.
But
So how we're going to do this, and like I said, it's gonna. Hey, y'all may hate it, but y'all may love it down the road. You know, it's one of those like you be a girl, she don't feel you, but then she smells you a little more, and then maybe down the road she'll give you something. And that's how we hope to do with this. So how we're going to do this is I've restructured the point system. If you get it spot on, you get 10 points. Where'd Kwame go? Whatever. you get 10 points if you get it spot on. If you get it partially right, you get 5 points. And if you make a prediction doesn't come true, you get nothing as it is. Double or nothing. So he'll be coming back. He said he hit his power strip. He's too excited. So like I said,
and that's what I think me and Matt were saying about being partial.
I've decided to three. He wasn't happy about the 3. I've decided to give it 10. Y'all hate it. It's final. You know, like as Paul would say, judge, jury, and executioner. You run that. You ride with that team. You die with that team. You're gonna have to ride and die with my thing. So 10 points if you get it right. 10 5 points if you get it partially right, and nothing if you don't get it right. But how this is going to be, it's tricky. And listen, you're listening, John. I see. You could go long term.
Well, we rotate who picks what.
Long term or short term. Like long term, if you get, like a coach gets fired, and let's say you pick long term and you hit that right long term, and you get something short week, you can get 20 points in that week. You can get 20 points. You can come out of nowhere and steal the game. It's like gambling. It's like gambling at a table. That's how this is going to go.
Yes.
I mean, you respect that, John. I know you would respect it. I know Matt's gonna have and Shaft, he'll figure it out. So go. All right, John. Since you're on board with it, go make. You only get one. Remember, one per week. So make
one per week. Well, my long term is I mean, I don't know what you classify as long term, but
you have to make one prediction. You have to make one prediction,
right?
But I know it's tricky. It's tricky, but you gotta make one.
No, my long term, the first one is Johnny B. Colt's first opponent, the Miami Dolphins, and I'm gonna say that their coach is the first one to be fired. Mike McDaniel.
So that's your prediction. Mike McDaniel will be the first coach to be fired.
Yes.
All right. Waiting for Shaft to get back on here.
You're right. It probably won't happen, but I don't know.
All right, so I'll write that down.
But that's what I'm gonna
said
go
that
with.
remember if we when I write this, it's in the memory and we come back to it if that happens or not.
Yes.
So that's your first prediction, all right. Dolphins coach get fired first.
How about you? What's yours?
Like I said, I mean, I don't even know. I mean, like I said, it's tough. This is a tough one, but once we get to November, we'll know what we're doing with this. So with me, I'll just go short term. I'm just gonna go and just say the Ravens beat the Bills.
In
Say
week
the
one?
Ravens beat the Bills, and I say they beat them on a walk-off field goal. Now, here's the thing: if I get it right and the Ravens win, but if they don't win by a field goal, I only get 5 points.
That's right.
Because they won, but they didn't. I didn't get it right. It's difficult, but you'll understand. Like it's a difficult thing. It's tricky because this is something we've never done before. But knowing my numbers and knowing how I can do this, we can do this, we'll be fine. All right, Shaft, you're back in. Give your bold prediction or accountability for this week.
No. I think I already made one with the Texans. First of all, week one, I don't know how's anything bold yet because I don't know. We don't know what this is.
John picked long
What'd
term.
he
I
say?
can't tell you what he said, but he picked the long term thing.
Okay, so what was it? Maybe you can't tell me what he said.
All right,
What'd you say,
okay.
John?
He said that the Dolphins coach will be the first one fired.
Okay, that's a bold prediction. I get that.
He'll be the first
That makes
coach.
sense.
He won't be fired. He'll be the first coach fired.
And
And I
Right.
picked the Ravens
Rob
will win
said,
on a
yeah.
field goal.
Right.
I picked the Ravens will win on a walk-off field goal. Or
But that's
by
not bold. But that's not bold.
It's accountability.
That's why I said this game.
Look,
This thing stinks. Yes, stinks. What John says is a bold prediction. He's predicting something that's down the road and he's saying the first coach to be fired. I get that. That's a seasonal pick. I get it. A weekly pick, the Ravens, a good team winning by field goal. Ooh, that's bold. Ooh, you went out on a limb. Big Rob got the big bold prediction. Now, this thing is going to be so goofy. But since it's Rob's show, he always wants to remind you that, don't he? But without my help, he can't do a damn thing. So remember that. Remind you all that. Let's see. A bold prediction I may say is that, well, I kind of already said it, but I'll say it again. The Saints will have a winning record.
Okay. All right. Saints will have a winning record. All right.
I mean, we told you our thoughts. I only see the Saints winning maybe 4 or 5 games, if that.
Right. That's why it is
bold. A winning record. That's a bold statement. I like it.
All right. How that works, Rob?
Foy's getting his hype music.
Now we didn't pick our Eagles game. Now we have to pick the Eagles Cowboys game.
We
know where Paul's going, so let's let Paul make his pick first.
Yeah.
How you think this game's going to go? We know where you. Give us a score, man. Give us a score, man.
All right. 27-24 to boys. Well, you're upset. Stick that in your can. Ruin your Super Bowl banner night.
At least you know. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
We gonna
We don't
see.
agree, but we will see.
Yep.
All right. What y'all two predict?
So I mean, I've been telling people at work that the Eagles could very well win by 20, or they could barely cover the spread. That's where I'm kind of going. So, but the thing that kind of, this is our actual preview to this game. The only thing that really concerns me about the Eagles right now is the cornerback play on defense. I think if CeeDee Lamb goes for a bomb down the field, we might be in trouble. But it just that's my real concern. That's the only way that the game will basically stay close. If our cornerbacks are in trouble and are struggling, we're going to be in trouble. But I still think we pull it out. So, um, do I think the Eagles will score over 30? No. I think both teams didn't even play really much of the starters in the preseason. I know that really doesn't mean anything, but somehow the Eagles, what we do is we struggle to start the game right off the bat in week 1 usually for the last couple of years. And I think it kind of stays like that. I really don't see too much scoring in the first quarter between both teams. Now we go to the second quarter. I think we'll have the lead at halftime. So I'll go, we'll have a 20 to 10 point lead at halftime. And then we're not really not going to do too much, in the second half. So I really think like the first half's more competitive and, we'll have that kind of lead at the halftime. And then, but going to finish the game 27-20 Eagles.
Okay.
All right. Similar thought process. I think it's going to be on a high scoring like we did last year in Brazil. Even though I think most games will be low scoring because everybody's offense is going to be stagnant. But I think Eagles will win, maybe not cover 30 to 23.
No. All right. I got bad on here. What am I doing?
You have no idea.
I picked the wrong thing. Anyway, it's okay. I'm thinking about Paul and I'm thinking about these matchups. It's going to be tight early because remember, preseason doesn't matter. So these guys are going to not be really in game mode, and it could be sloppy to start. And maybe Dallas takes the lead early. That could be a bold prediction, but it doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, I just think that this Eagles defense could be special this year. It could be real special this year. And you already got dogs on there. You got dogs on the line. You got dogs in the secondary. You got dogs right in the interior. So I'm going to sit here and say that Cooper DeJean gets a pick 6 because I think he's going to be one of those kind of players. And
why didn't you pick that as your bold pick then?
Yeah, you could say that, but I already made it, so it don't matter. But anyway,
that would make
I
more
think
sense.
Dallas will show up for a while because Dak is playing, right? But at the end of the day, I just think the Eagles' defense is going to be too much, and you don't have a running game, all right? And you can put a cap on Lamb long term, and I don't trust what's his name, the guy from Pittsburgh. I don't know anything. He was a number 2 receiver there trying to be number 1. They may have big upgrade in Metcalf. So
yeah,
like I said,
George Pickens.
I don't see where Pickens he's gonna get picked off. So give me the Birds and the final score 36-20. hard fought 36-20, but they're going to win big. And since none of y'all two were afraid to pick the spread, they covered the spread. But we'll see what happens. Like I said, next week we officially start the look back. We'll find some music, Shaft, and then we'll look at the graphics down the road. Obviously, our buddy Ken will be our special guest next week, and then we'll have a new special guest on the look back week 2 from my program Heavyweight House named Simeon. Simeon will be our guest guy in week 2. He's looking forward to it. I've been giving him pointers. I say we bark and don't bite. We'll see what happens, but he will be our special guest in week 2.
We beat you. I'm crashing your party. I'll tell you right now.
Whatever. All right.
That will be a bold prediction.
That's right.
But also, we are very close to making a special announcement on the second live show that will be produced by me, but run in charge by the Legendary Family. I've put that invite out there, and apparently they've accepted it. They have not accepted where it's going to be at. That's a surprise. But we will be doing the live show in front of the Legendary Family in November, our second live show. My favorite, reaction or overreaction show, as y'all should know very well by now. So that's all I have. That's all we have for this episode. We thank Paul. Don't be a stranger. Don't be afraid if they get their ass whipped. Come back on here.
They ain't getting their ass whipped. You watch. I'll be here.
Like I said, just
I gotta dip out because I got a draft in 8 minutes, though, guys. Thanks for having me on.
I got to run too.
Yeah, we're getting off of here.
Night. Enjoy that game.
Like I said, that's all we have for this episode. I could take us out with the music, but I'll wait on that.
You want some music? I got music for you. You want it again? No, you're good?
No, we're good. All right. Thanks again. And
we got some music. It's Fly Eagles Fly. Look it up on YouTube.
But how about Cry Eagles Cry?
But also, like I said, we have our next week. We will have, like I said, it's now split. So we're going to have our Eagles only show at 5:30 every week starting next week, with the exception of the live shows. The live shows will be excluded of it, but our Eagles only show with the 4 of us, with Matt plus Matt. Obviously, Matt and the 3 of us. 5:30, no gimmicks, no BS, all Eagles talk. Get our points across. And then the look back as normal, 6 o'clock after that with all the fun stuff.
Peace out, guys. Have a good one.
That's all we have. Thank you again, Paul. And that's it. And I'll see y'all on Saturday. Or I'll see myself doing a show on Saturday.
Yes.
Good night.